Inshallah and Ashe. It is a fantastic Friday, and the weather is getting all chilly here in Small Lake City, Utah. And as usual, it is our Fridays live where I do mini cowrie shell divinations. And all you need to do to be part of the divining is state your year of birth and your month of birth, and I'll tune into the shells and give you a little mini dip in the pool there in the pond. And if you didn't know, today was Spill the Tea. I do a other live show, a webinar called Spill the Tea, the third Friday of each and every month. This Spill the Tea was dedicated to the season of Scorpio, bringing in the gates of human design, along with navigating and entering Pluto in Aquarius for the next 19, 20-ish years, and where we're moving with that out into the future, which is very, I'm going to say it's going to be probably magical is all I can. It's going to be very, I'm just going to go with otherworldly. Yeah, definitely otherworldly. I feel like I've always said I do believe energy is the medicine of the future. I feel like we're actually going to return to Atlantis more than, getting back to our roots, like returning to where we've been before and maybe starting the path fresh, anew, something a little twisted, I guess, but definitely innovating and accelerating future. Feels like the Jetsons. I've said that as well as too. But either way, thanks for tuning in for mini cowrie shell divinations. All you have to do is put in your question. I should get my comments out so I can at least see them. That would be brilliant, right? Let's see. Wrong. I have too many opportunities on my screen here. Let's go comments. There we go. Okay. There we are. Put it in the comments so I can at least see and read what's going on. See how many people are joining me live. But yeah, the season of Scorpio, I will be doing my Sacred Spirit Circle meditation probably this weekend, so we can have that on the 22nd as we enter 0 degrees Scorpio on the 22nd of October. So yeah, I always feel like Scorpios are kind of get the bad rap, similar to the swords in the tarot. I don't know why, but that's so true. I just think the intensity of the energies that are related to Pluto and the transformation and going through like the phases that really Pluto offers us to rise like the phoenix. So yeah, it kind of feels like even, I always see like in Lancelot, that's kind of who I see as well. I don't know why I associate Lancelot with Scorpio, but I kind of do. I don't know why, but yeah. I'll take it. I'll take that one for sure. So yeah, that's what I have going on today. So what else did I want to say? Oh, manifesting. So yeah, acting as if, like Neville Goddard. There's somebody else I follow as well. Plus Bashar has some great insights about manifesting, but we all manifest differently based on, I'm going to go with like the season we're born into, our astrology. When I say season, I'm talking about the elementals in the 4 pillars of Chinese destiny. I do mingle with those. I was just seeing if I had a 4 pillars on my chart here. Oh, but I don't. I do not. So I use the Chinese elementals. I started using them years ago because I work with an energetic skin and body care line. I work with the to heal the body through the skin with light, basically, and acupuncture points on the meridians and the elements that we're born into. And an imbalance on the skin basically is a telltale sign of whatever's going on inside the body. So that's kind of our first kind of defense. I think that's why they don't like you to have nails on when you go to the doctors or having surgery, so they can see your oxygen in your nail plate. And just a weird side note, hair on the head is actually related to kidney energy, which is also ancestral, where hair on the body is metal energy, which is oxygenation. But there's also a muscle, which is it's always been fascinating to me. There's a muscle in the hair follicle at the base, like right under the skin, called the erector pili muscle that creates cold chills. And I always found it curious that hair seems to flourish when it starts getting warm. And my theory is, my opinion, I should say, is that that follicle, that muscle is relaxed, so the hair is in flow, and then it restricts come winter to hold in the body heat. So just a weird little insight. That's just my little opinion about hair as we go off on a side note, a total kind of out there moment for me. But either way, so yeah. So while we're waiting for people to jump in and whatnot, go ahead and comment like your ways of manifesting, like what has worked for you. I know there's other ways of like the 369, where you write your wish like 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, 9 times before bed, or even visualizing before you go to bed, like to get into that dream state and just manifesting it through vision. That's also a great way. I know I hold my visions. Hold the note is kind of how I see that. Hold the note for the manifestation uh, and become it, like literally embody the version of you that you want to become, whatever it is that resonates with you. So yeah, I have notes all over the place. I kind of follow the yellow brick road when it comes to manifestation, but I like to hold the manifestation. I've been holding one all year long for my Omen days, which we'll do again come December. Omen days. I'll do a whole show about that. It's super fun. Something I do every year. And but yeah, we can do manifestations monthly, really. I always like to say that our new year starts on our birthday. So that's also a great time to start any kind of an Omen days kind of ritual around your birthday for manifesting. But yeah, I have a variety of different tools I use based literally on the season we're in, and as we move through nature and the seasons to manifest different areas in life. So there is that. So now that I've been chatting with myself, again, if anybody's ready for a mini cowrie shell divination, I'll switch this up a little bit, move myself to my screen, and move my shells. There I am. Okay, great. So yeah, all you have to do is comment in the show notes your year of birth and your birthday. But I'm going to get my phone because there was some people last Friday that I missed. So of course I'm going to go through that and check it out. So as I go silent, turn down my phone and go to last week's show. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. And just so you know, I do multi-stream between Facebook and YouTube. So there is that. Oh, except I want to go to my own channel. See, this is what happens when you do this live streaming. Let's see. Let's go back here. Yeah, can you believe I hit 30K followers? Thank you again for that. I feel like I'm going to hit 60K by the end of the year, but I don't want to say that too far out loud, as we don't want to miss. We don't want to miss it. Let's see. Go, go, go. What was last week? Give me a minute, I guess. Let's see. No. Go to a week ago. My apologies. It is quiet here. Just on a side note, my father did, oh, there it is, come back from Alaska. He shouldn't be driving. I'm saying that out loud. Okay, let's see. I did see your text, Kim. Okay, Christine Alexander, 12/14/87. So, Christine, if you are tuning in, listening, let's see. So you and the Dagara are part of the fire clan. So I bet you're having an amazing time. We just entered period 9 in the beginning of this year in Chinese metaphysics, which is the element of fire. It's also a 20-year. I talked about this in one of my live shows, the beginning of the year, the rising of the origins. But you're part of the fire clan in the Dagara, as well as being born. This feels like yeah, the rat. It's in the season of the rat as far as feng shui. So opposing forces, horse years would probably not be so fun for you. But either way, I'll be moving the shells on your behalf. So I'll just tune into your spirit, the magical being you are. The star you are is what I like to say. Affirm your gatekeepers, your guides, your guardians, all the beings seen and unseen, the great spirit, the oneness, your ancestors, near, far, past, future, and present in the moment, that I may be a conduit to deliver the message you need to receive today. Christine, I like how you spell your name. So with that, I say Ashe. We'll just tune in. All right, you are sideways. You need a different perspective. Like, it's like you haven't quite surrendered, but you haven't, you're literally sideways. You're not topsy-turvy, you're sideways. But this is all about communication. So getting clear communication or getting clarity on a perspective on how you communicate and deliver your message to the world. Not just the world. Yeah, actually, yeah. I'm going to go with the world. I say that for a few reasons. You're kind of in the land of communication, and how you communicate is going through change. So it's like you're getting an elevated perspective, how you're seeing is changing, and also your relationship. And so this is all in the land of community, connection, conversation. And I like to say, like, every time an environment changes, so environment, even a relationship, like there's so many things that change, a domino effect due to that. And this relationship is also, it's about communication. Maybe you just entered a new one. Maybe you just committed. Maybe you decided to commit to a certain relationship, a love interest, or yeah, that's kind of what I feel like there. But definitely get into the flow. You do need energetic boundaries around your emotional field. That's what I see there. And like you're struggling with how you identify with where you belong, like in the physical world, in the earth plane. That's kind of what I see there. That too is also going through change. I would definitely put your left hand on your heart and ask your heart if this feels right for you. And if it doesn't feel great, just keep fishing. No means new opportunities. There's some other stuff here, but I would recommend a private session for that. So there's a little insight for you, Christine. Thanks for tuning in last week. And then, let's see. I feel like there was somebody else from last week. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, Jesus, your Christ, I do with the moon, always sends us subtle energies and subtle messages. It's just once you're aware and open to the awareness, it's kind of like you can kind of go back, but yet you go forward, if that makes sense. Because I see energy is always in motion. And so there's some energies that feel like a flat line. And then some have like the big waves. But they're always changing and they're always working in our favor to stretch out and repattern. And we are going through some patterning, I will say, as I'm searching here. I feel like there was somebody else that had a comment, and I'm just not seeing it. So I apologize if I don't see your comment here. It feels like those are the most relevant. But yeah, so I do go live every Friday. I do mini cowrie shell divinations and offer insights into, and we are entering soon We are in the end season. We're tidying up the seams of the metal season. We're finishing up the season of the dog. I do believe I may have that here. Let me do a little switcheroony. Let's see, what do I got? Looking at my little images on the screen here. I may not have one. Nope, it doesn't look like I do. One of my favorites. I guess this would work. Here, I'm going to swap myself out. Let's go here and swap me out. There we go. I know, I feel like I'm all over the place today. I think Gemini, I feel like it's this moon is really all our relations, right? Oh, hang on. Let's go. There I am. So you probably can't see. However, over where you see the dog over here on the right and the bottom, well, you can see it says October. So that's the dog energy. That's the end of the metal direction, which is the western direction. And then we move into water. So Scorpio's kind of on the line between the energy of the dog, the season of metal, moving into the season of water. So we have these two frequencies, I want to say, happening for us. But the dogs are always loyal, not always, I should say. And our month pillar did change. So I'm always aware of like when these seasons change in the pillars in Chinese astrology, on top of yearly ones, monthly ones. I kind of look at all of these. The day, the month, the hour kind of plays a vital role in our own energy, frequency, vibration. I don't have my 4 pillars on here from the week. I don't know where that disappeared to, but I always like to look at that too. And I don't have an extra one on my screen that I'm scrolling over here to the right. I do have a bunch of stuff. However, I guess I could clean this up. I have so many opportunities. So yeah, I don't have that. Darn it. Well, that's where we're at. So yeah, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to switch back. Anybody who wants a mini cowrie shell divination, just go ahead and comment in the show notes. There, wrong one. Logitech, I have too much stuff. At least you can see my shells. There we go. Shells and my recorder. So yeah, I kind of went through everybody. I feel like I did. So if you want me to move the shells on your behalf, just comment your name in the show notes, your year of birth, and we'll go from there. It's always more fun when we get people interacting, right? So there is that. I do feel like I will say, yeah, the fire elementals. I feel like, yeah, if you are a wood day master, I'm just gonna say that your charisma is like going to be out there over the next 20 years. Wood day masters, yin or yang, so a tree or like grass, nature. So definitely those elements are lighting up. I think we're just kind of laying the foundation over the next 20 years for period 9. I really see, like, I could see people having, I don't know if you guys ever watched the Jetsons, but I think everybody's going to have, just like we never thought cell phones would be in everyone's home, TVs, I think everybody having their own personal robot in their home, doing the things that we don't enjoy doing. But, you know, we can all make that fun or not so fun. But yeah, the Jetsons. I think the Earth hopefully will get more aligned and be less toxic, healing the Earth and healing our own Earth, I guess. Inner Earth, outer Earth. So there is that. So if I don't get anybody commenting, sharing your birth info, usually the year and the month, generally, I look at those first. I dive deeper when I look at my private sessions. But I am going to call in the Fae here. See what they have to say. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just shuffling my cards. So yeah, Tiberia of the water. This is literally asking us for some reconciliation to help us get into the flow, emotional reconciliation. This is probably coming off, I want to say, off of the moon, the full moon. That was very, like we're still in it, right? It's always 3 days before, 3 days after. But I still feel like it carries out frequencies further out. It's kind of like skipping a rock on a lake. The intensity is at first, and then it like moves out and goes further. But like, you know, believing in magic is kind of what I see with this message here. Believing in the opportunity, like being in a relationship with the spirit world. Yeah, definitely. Or at least a water spirit, to say the least. But they're all there. She's like a queen of the water, but not so much. Oh, great. And then we got Lestate. This is the moon's daughter, so you can't make that up. So definitely we're in the midst of this moon. So now I'm wondering if I'm going to pull a fiery card, as it's an Aries moon. But yeah, this is like committing to having a new sensation, a new belief, a new wish, a new hope, a new dream. That's what she is. She's definitely the moon's daughter. There are 2 little moon's daughters in this fairy deck. That's kind of what I want to say. Yeah, let's leave it at that. Oh, and then we get the spirit dancer. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you can see that. I've got my light on. Spirit dancer. This is literally like the ethereal kind of spirit. But what I wanted to say is all of these messages are like up-leveling our beliefs. This is insane. These messages are all in order. This is 36, 37, and 38. So to me, I feel like that's like getting in divine flow. This one's more of an air spirit, water, and of course the moon. So that would be like the celestial bodies or the lunar bodies, right? So yeah, this is believing, opening up to a new way of believing about our story to be true, listening to spirit, and committing by divine design. So I like all 3 of those for the weekend, just saying. I'll take it. Okay, so anybody else want me to move the shells on your behalf? Are we all having a full moon hangover in a way? Ending some relationships so new ones can, or not so much ending. I think there's like a breakaway. Just open up new doors for new relationships, for new growth, basically, in relationships. Oh my gosh, this is 34, so this is Sylvania. Sorry, I had to read the name there upside down. This is like the fairy shaman in a way, a little bit. But yeah, we're going in like 3 orders. So there's something about, I feel like this is a very Jupiter energy, and Jupiter's off on holiday. So, but believing, it's time to like truly believe, like in those, like blow out the candle, make your wish, and hold the frequency of the wish. That's kind of what's coming in. I like all that. I'm going to quit playing with my cards. But yeah, that's awesome. They're all in order. Can't make that shift up. Okay, I'll move one more time the shells just on behalf of the spirit world. See what's coming in today. So yeah, I'm going to ask if we're the change that we're heading in towards. Today is only the 18th of October. So with that, I'll say Ashe. And I think I'll go this way. So yeah, we definitely need to reconcile our differences, see things in a very new set of eyes, like the change is happening, but we need to open our eyes to just a different perspective of what that looks like. And I think it's like handing things over to the divine, to source, to the universe for the change, but also going to the waters, the water spirit. All those cards are actually in alignment here. And we're trying to resist the change that's in front of us to see through a new set of eyes, a different kind of perspective. Like, are we safe? Are we organized? But still working as a collective on boundaries, emotional boundaries, and getting organized around, like, are these my feelings or are they somebody else's? And also what that feels like. But communicating more clearly, I would say even more authentically in communication. Um, the opposing sides to minerals, why I say that, is lies and deceit and gossip. So there might be some of that in the field where people are blocking their own magic, their perspective, and it's like the media, the news. I don't really watch the news because I don't ever feel like it's in my best behavior. I learned that years ago through a wellness coach I worked with. The news generally takes 1 hour. Watching the news takes like 24 hours of positivity to get it off of our field. Because of the stories, if it's a bleeding story, it's a leading story. There's usually not amazing stories, which I think we could do more of that out there. But yeah, definitely we need to like have a wake up call and make sure things are aligned with what our heart wants and open up a new doorway. But yeah, just definitely reconciling our innovations or our renovations, rejuvenations kind of coming through. So there is that. So if nobody wants to tune in and dive in and ask a question in the comments, we'll make it fantastic. And I'll see you next Friday. The Spill the Tea replay is up for those of you that are in the Shamanic Healing Academy for you to tune into. Pay attention to where your Pluto is, as Pluto always leaves on a high note, is what I want to say, when it enters into a new sign. So November 19th, for sure, mark your calendar. Pay attention through the whole season of Scorpio. It's almost like we're dusting the shelves. That's kind of how I see that with Capricorn and Scorpio, very intense energies. The Shaman's Portal is what I see Scorpio with. And as far as Capricorn, it's force empathy. So it's like generative and degenerative forces where we can command those or call them in to balance things out in the airway. Well, hello, Addie Gaddy. I like that. If you would like me, it looks like you're on YouTube. If you'd like me to move the shells on your behalf, just comment your birth month and the year you're born if you have a question. So is that Addie Gaddy? I like that. Almost was thinking like of an attorney or something. But if you're just here for fun, saying hello, I appreciate you. Thanks for that as well. I'll wait a few minutes. I'll wait till 3:33. I'm in Mountain Time, so it's 3:30 now. So 3:33. We'll call it a live show. So yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, it's your birthday tomorrow. Well, happy New Year to you, and you too are part of the Fire Clan. In the Dagara cosmology, fire people are connected to spirit, the other world, the ancestors, visions, dreams. I'm a fire person. So for me and you as well, it's always about listening to spirit first and having trust in the universe to have our back at all times. I always like to say I put all my issues on the heavenly universe altar and go out and enjoy my day if the issue is already resolved. That's kind of something I do. But happy New Year to you. Make sure you write down your 10 New Year wishes. I bet you felt this moon on. Oh, here's Tiger, my cat. He joined us last week. But you got to move your tail, buddy. We're going to move the shells. You'd love to hear on the post full moon day. Yeah. Exactly. Well, we have a birthday, Elizabeth. Addie's birthday is tomorrow. So this is like her New Year message. I'm going to have to move Tiger, though. He wants to be, obviously, in the show. Tell everybody it was raining. It wasn't so fun, huh? So, and you both are from the Fire Clan, I feel like. Yeah, exactly. So in the Dagara, there's yin fire and yang fire. Feminine, masculine. Either way, my two fire spirits here today. That's awesome. So let's see. I'm going to affirm your spirit, Addie, for your new year, your birthday. Affirm your gatekeepers, your guides, your guardians, all being seen and unseen. The Great Spirit, the oneness, your ancestors near and far, that I may be a conduit to deliver the message you need to receive today. And with that, I say Ashe. So I will say, Elizabeth, Addie is actually on YouTube streaming in. I multi-stream. So either way, Addie, Elizabeth is saying happy B-Day. Happy New Year to you. So the message for you is you're in a place of surrendering, like literally to spirit, like the other world. Your ancestors are there. They're offering you a different perspective, like seeing literally through the eye of creator, which is also part of our soul's harmonic. It's a ninth energetic center above our head that we can all use as well. But this is telling me that you need to like use words when you communicate to yourself that are like being heartfelt, devoted to your own conversation, to yourself, like affirming those words. Because that's how we manifest. Words are like spells. They're spell casting, right? So if we constantly say positive things when we look in the mirror, those positive things are reflected back to us to shine our light. So yeah, you need to, that's just kind of something I see there. I would literally, and I also associate Libra with our throat center. So this is like activating those spiritual truths in the conversation and being more diplomatic with those words as you invoke them and bring them out. But where you belong in the world is also, I don't see this as an identity crisis, but I do see it as like you could be moving locations, like moving homes as well, like where you live. So there's some change happening either with your home and where you live, or with work, or like even, you know, maybe a career change, maybe you're retiring. There's so many opportunities for change, and how you're seen in the world, how you identify or label yourself is kind of a thing as well. So that is changing. But all in all, it's like you're getting cleaned up. I want to say you're turning into your own shiny, glimmering human. So don't be afraid of the change. Change happens for us. And being a fire person, the universe always works in our favor, and I always like to invoke spirit, whether that's the fae, my cats, doesn't really matter, the spirit of the house, even just having a spirit to spirit conversation is really kind of critical, if you will, for people of the fire elemental. And you, again, Libra, the dog, you're a loyal dog. So with that, be loyal to yourself first. In the direction, I would say the northwest arena of your home or office or where you travel, kind of tidy that up so you can start fresh. I would also, I just want to say, I would write down 10 wishes. Write them down, whatever that is for you. And every day starting tomorrow, I want you to burn one wish. And then at the end of the 10 days, the 10th wish, that's the wish I want you to hold the frequency for, from now until next year on your birthday. It's just something, a fun little ritual I do, but it does manifest because it's like you're focusing on just the one, and it actually slides the home run in for all the wishes to manifest. So there is that. And Tiger, he's excited to be here. He's a little guru himself. He wants me to pull the fae for him. Oh, look at him. He's like in the way of the cards. So yeah, this also tells me, sorry, I just pulled a card for you. This is the RAR. The RAR adds excitement to everything it touches. So excitement could be negative or positive. So really get excited about your wishes because he's there to add some excitement to them. And like I said, spend 10 days burning, and on the 10th day, hold that wish to be true. I keep mine on my desk, so I stare at them, put them in your wallet, wherever you can see them every day. So there is that. And as far as the moon, I'm telling you, go ahead and comment if you did any rituals. I always like to feed the fae. I do sleep outside in the rain, so that was intense, I will say, coming down on me all night last night. There was that energy. I'm telling you, Tiger wants to be in the show. If he could talk, he would, which he does. But there is that. I hope that was helpful, Addie, and best of birthdays to you. But back to the moon as well. I'm sure Addie's feeling this moon. It's like in your subconscious kind of reflecting upon you. But you're also, I want to say, like in a place to open up your heart to a future that aligns and speak that truth out into the world. I think sometimes we don't speak so much to our truth, and it gets put in the closet. But yeah, I feel like also this moon was a lot of relationship scrubbing, where we end relationships to open doors to new opportunities, to new relationships. Like you outgrew them, or it was just time to move forward. Not that bad endings, sometimes people don't deal well with endings, but Capricorn and Pluto kind of brings in that energy too. It's like, where's the line in the relationship? And, if it's holding us back from growing and we're doing the same cycle over and over, the same pattern, we're in that cosmic loop, it's hard to move forward. So that's kind of what I sense with that. So yeah, there was a few things happening there with the moon, but yeah, Mars as well, right? We always got to look at these planets and how they play out. So definitely I felt like it was some relationships went down a different path, so new relationships can start and bloom. That's kind of how I see that as well. So I hope that was informative, and I will for sure see you next week. The post full moon day. Holy crap. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I feel like the energies are intense. And I did do a pre-read, I guess. I think there's some deceit in conversations. I don't know why. I don't generally watch TV, but I just feel like there's something's going to come out on a network, say, that isn't authentic. I'll just leave it as that for sure. And anyway, Shay, thanks, Elizabeth. Thanks, Addie. I love it when people show up to the show. And as always, I'll see you next Friday. And if you are in the Shamanic Healing Academy, Spill the Tea for today is up, all about Scorpio. And as always, I'll see you on the other side. Blessings.